Welcome back, Commanders. We are here once again with Legend of the Stars qualifying tournament number 1. We just saw Blodia dismantle Jonas 227 on Theta Passage. So now we're going to go straight back to the same map. We've got another reasonably imbalanced map. We have got Nexus taking on Evan. So these two guys, not quite balanced, but it will be the same map. It will be the same bad spam. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into that. And here we go. The map again is Theta Passage, which is unsurprisingly a very, very spammy map. And we've got Evan, who is rated 1600 for global, taking on Nexus with a grand 2200 global rating points. Let's go and have a look at the initial build orders for these guys. So we have got Evan taking UEF, which is an interesting strategy. We saw Cyber and Cyber mirror match up in that last one, but this time around it is UEF versus Seraphim, so that is going to be a slightly different level of play rather than just Mantis spam. In any case, we are seeing that first land factory down and finally getting around to building an engineer out of it. There was a couple of seconds lost there, which unfortunately for Evan is going to cost him the game. No, we don't know that at this point, but he is very slightly behind, just forgetting to queue that up. So we've got a first mix put down there, and it looks like Evan is actually going to skip building a Tech 1 power gen in this initial build phase. He is going to solely rely on that Hydro, which is going to come out and get to work on very soon. His opponent in the top right, taking a nice lavender color, is Nexus. He has opted for Seraphim. We can see he did go for that extra power gen. That'll give him a slight boost in these first few minutes while he is trying to get his power situation under control and get this Hydro built. And we can see the Hydro underway with the assistance of the ACU. Nexus very quickly building out all of those mixes and getting a lot of build capacity out here to help. We can see we've got a couple of NGs from Evan. They are also building the Hydro, but we do have some aggression from him. We can see a Mech Marine, that is the Tech 1 light assault bot for the UEF faction, and he's going to come across the map here. He will be looking at trying to pick off one of these engineers, and we can see by the orders he is going out this way, and he has correctly guessed that there will be an engineer there. He may miss it though, but he does have some radar coming up as well, so that's a very good thing to have, given that he'll be able to spot the engineer out of visual range and go and pick it up with the Mech Marine, which he should be able to do, because it looks like Nexus has gambled the wrong way and sent a guarding tank out to the left here to keep that NG alive, and that would definitely have come out on top above a Mech Marine had it been in the right position. But now we've got the Mech Marine just bringing the rain down on that NG. Nexus desperately trying to save him, to hide behind that mix and absorb some of the fire, but that is not going to work, and it is a successful pickup there by Evan, taking out that first NG there. So first blood actually goes to the 1600 rated player and not the almighty Nexus. We've got the ACU moving up from Nexus now. I think that was a little bit earlier than he really wanted to bring the ACU out. I think that was in response to that engineer going down, and he just had absolutely no engineering power anywhere in the vicinity, so he's had to bring the ACU, which means he is only operating off these couple of NGs back here at base, which he has left behind. So the ACU is going to move out to the left, but he doesn't want to push it across down this way. So that is a bit of a problem for Nexus. He is going to have to replace that engineer with another NG and send it down to the right, and there it is. It is coming. It's on its way now. It will cost him some time to do so, but he's going to take the opportunity now to bring the ACU through this gap under the bar there and try and scoop up a bunch of rocks. There are, of course, a big chunk of reclaim just floating around, well, a big chunk in little pieces, and he will try and scoop up as much of that and prevent his opponent from taking hold of it. So the Mech Marine being chased down now. There are 3 Thams and a Selene for radar coverage. They are easily going to be able to push through what Evan has stationed in defense, because there's just a few mech marines, and well, that striker's just taken one look at the situation, turned tail, and absolutely run out of there. And that's going to cost Evan a bunch of mass extractors early on. They will have to be rebuilt. He did save the engineer, though. It is out the top here, so he will be able to bring him back to the south and rebuild those mexes, but it will cost him some time to do that. And we can see that he's actually not managed to spend all of his mass so far, 460 odd in the bank there. He really needs to convert those into units so that he can do a lot more damage. So at this point we're looking at a greater number of purple units on the field for Nexus than what Evan has been able to field so far. And we've just got the 3 factories down here. They are producing, well, mostly spam, but this guy's producing an engineer. So only 2, maybe 3 factories really producing combat units at this point, and we've got the 4 out the front for Nexus. Those guys are spamming hard. We've got an air factory planned as well, so we're probably going to see some bomber action in the immediate future. But if we look at the scoreboard, there is a pretty serious differential on mass income right now. We've got 27 for Nexus and only 21 for Evan, and that's going to be due to Evan losing those mass extractors down the bottom right, but also because Nexus has taken this top corner, and there's an extra 3 and maybe 4 if he can secure it, and this one mexes that can be had over his opponent. I don't know if he'll be able to hold that for terribly long, though, because the ACU is looking like it may be coming up onto the shelf, but that would be a terrible idea for Evan, because he would easily get caught up there, and especially if this Tech 1 point defense gets completed, it'll cost him a lot of HP on that ACU to push up and take the plateau. That will definitely not be worth it. That would leave Nexus with a severe advantage once he's got a full health commander and a whole lot of spam left over as well. We've got a pretty serious push again down the right-hand side here for Nexus, regrouping and sending another squad of THAMs, and it looks like there is absolutely nothing to contend with that. They will eat their way through the small number of strikers that are on point, although those are very badly damaged THAMs. It's going to make Nexus think twice, but the big thing that it's done here is pull away these units from the center here. So there were a whole lot of strikers right here in the middle, and they've all been pulled southwards to deal with the threat from Nexus, which means he is vitally short of units up in the top here. And what is this? He is getting rained down on by Zooey Fire. There are THAMs hitting him from all sides, and now he is bogged down with very, very little in support, and all of his units quickly turning around and trying to make their way. But as we can see, there is an ACU fight going on far in the distance, and I'm not sure these guys are going to be able to get there in time. Evan throws out the GG. He did not manage to get any kind of support, so unfortunately for Evan, that movement away has caused a bit of a problem for him and left his ACU vulnerable. And that is the end of that match. So, as expected, the 2200 rated Nexus raining death and destruction down upon Evan, and that is GG.